Hi everyone, my name is Yalley. In this presentation, I'll be talking about artificial intelligence, AI. So, what is artificial intelligence? But before that, I would like to present to you what I'll be focusing on in this presentation. In this presentation, I'll talk about what AI is about. I'll talk about emerging issues concerning AI. Then I'll zero in on two AI tools, Google Lens, ChatGPT. Then you'll see my conclusions and takeaways. Then finally, my references. So, what is AI? According to EduTechMath, artificial intelligence refers to computer systems that undertake tasks usually thought to require human cognitive processes and decision-making capabilities. And in higher education, this is becoming popular, and more schools, community colleges, and bigger institutions are looking for ways to integrate artificial intelligence in their day-to-day activities and operations. Now, whenever the conversation of AI comes about, one question that keeps coming up is whether machines actually can be intelligent. To answer this question, we need to know a little background about artificial intelligence. So, in the 1950s, a test was proposed by Alan Turing to determine whether a machine is intelligent or not. This is called the Turing test. The basis of the Turing test is for a person to attempt to distinguish between a machine and a human being. So, for fairness, the machine and the human are isolated from the person carrying out the test, and messages are exchanged through a keyboard and a screen. If the person cannot distinguish between the computer and the human being, then the computer must be intelligent. Now, this test has faced a lot of criticisms because it only tested a limited aspect of what intelligence is about. So when we talk about this intelligence that we are trying to see AI doing, we are talking about human intelligence tasks like planning, like learning, like reasoning, problem solving, and perception. Wow. So these intelligence tasks can be grouped into three groups into three. So we have the mundane task that involve perception, vision, and speech. And then we have the formal task that involve things like games, mathematics proofs, and stuff like that. Then we have engineering tasks, things that involve engineering, medical diagnosis, scientific, and financial analysis. So these are the three human intelligence tasks that we are talking about when we talk about artificial intelligence. Now, AI, since its inception, has brought about a lot of discussions and research that are of so much concern to humanity. Let's look at some of these emerging issues concerning AI. First, understand that EDICOS has actually identified in higher education three AI tools that are very important for higher ed. Okay, what are they? We have what we call institutional marketing and recruiting, admission and enrollment, curricular and resource planning. So AI tools that are institutional. And then AI tools that are student support oriented. They are for guidance, just in time financial aid, and then early warning. And then AI tools that are instructional. These are self-paced progress, personalized learning, pedagogical improvement tools. So basically, EDUCOS groups AI into these three categories, and that makes educators in particular to be concerned about the kind of AI tools that are coming up in the market. So, what are the issues? What are educators saying? What are people's opinion about AI? The first of all, we have the climate change concerns. So, the use of AI in areas such as energy management, agriculture, and transportation has the potential, to significantly reduce greenhouse gas emissions and mitigate the impact of climate change. However, this is also a risk that AI systems could themselves contribute to increased energy consumption. So, this is one of the concerns that society and people are raising concerning the use of AI tools, because we have self-driving cars in the market right now, and we are looking at how energy efficient they might be. But on the other hand, the kind of materials and the parts that are used to design these tools can also pose a lot of harm to the environment. Then we have the regulation and governance issues. What do I mean by that? So, there is a growing need for regulatory frameworks and governance structures to ensure that AI is developed and used in a responsible and ethical manner. So, there's this group that are raising ethical issues about the use of artificial intelligence tools, because some artificial intelligence tools, um, for instance, are designed to make work easier in the offices and in factories. In a way, the humans who used to work in that capacity are being replaced. So that is the ethical sense in that, and people believe that there should be a regulation in the design of AI tools. And then we have the privacy and security issues as well, as AI systems collect and analyze large amount of data. There's a risk, obviously. There's a risk because sensitive information could be leaked or misused, and researchers keep exploring ways that privacy and data protection can be promoted in the use of artificial intelligence tools. Okay, so this another concern that is coming up when we talk about artificial intelligence. And then we have bias and fairness issues. AI systems are only as biased as the data they are trained on. Therefore, there is this concern that AI system may perpetuate and amplify existing societal biases. Okay, so that kind of concern is also addressing the biasness in the use and design of AI tools. Okay, for instance, to address this issue, a lot of researchers believe that we should explore methods for creating more diverse and representative training data set, and developing programming or algorithms that can detect and mitigate biasness, because a lot of AI tools are limited to the kind of information that they are fed with. Okay, and that means they don't go beyond anything that they are not trained on. The last emerging issue about AI I want to talk about is job displacement. So this concern is I believe, especially in the engineering and automation field, is a serious concern, because um, tools are being designed every now and then to make industry work much easier, and it's going to um, it's going to affect job market in a way, because people believe that that is going to pose a potential economic inequality, in the sense that researchers keep exploring strategies how workers can be maintained on their job even as artificial intelligence takes over the market. So basically, these are the issues that I raised, and they are not exhaustive. There are a lot of issues concerning artificial intelligence. So I'll go ahead and introduce to you um, the first AI tool that I would like to talk about, and that is Google Lens. So when I talk about Google Lens, this is Google Lens. I'm trying to show you how it is used. I recorded this with my phone. So with Google Lens, you can actually use your phone. As you can see here, I'm trying to read something that is not in English, okay? And Google Lens is doing that as I use my phone camera to capture words that are not in English. It gives me a prompt to translate, and it's showing me it's from German to English. And I have the option to choose from a lot of languages, okay? So I'm gonna choose English, and it says on the way to climate neutrality. That is amazing. This is one of the tools um, I would like to talk about Google Lens. What are its technological features? It has what we call image recognition, text recognition, and it can translate. And it also have augmented reality embedded in it, and then product search, and then QR code scanning. So these are the technology features of Google Lens. Okay, it's just a visual search engine, and it allows users to use their smartphone camera to search for information about the objects and images they see in the real world. Okay, so um, when we talk about Google Lens, it also has some instructional benefits for teachers, especially. It can facilitate language learning, like you saw in the video right now. I use it to translate a magazine's title from German to English. It can also promote visual learning. For instance, if you have students that are visual learners, Google Lens can do a lot of good. And Google Lens can also enrich research and inquiry. So that's the instructional benefit for Google Lens. And we can also talk about its potential implementation in the classroom. So Google Lens can um, project. We can give projects for students to translate a text from a foreign language to English, for instance, or to any other country, any other language. Sorry, you could see from the video it has a lot of languages that you can actually um, translate to. So that is one of the advantages of using Google Lens. So in overall, Google Lens uses machine learning and computer vision technology to help users explore and interact with the world around them in new ways. And it continues to evolve, and they keep adding new features. One of the challenges I have with this application is when you want to use it on your computer. I mean, on a desktop computer, and for instance, you have a magazine, hard copy, or a printed magazine, and you like to translate. You realize that you need to take your computer camera and then get it to capture the magazine, and that is so uncomfortable. So using it on the computer is a bit uncomfortable compared to using it on your phone. All right, so the next AI tool I want to talk about is Chat GPT. So Chat um, GPT is simply chat generative pre-trained transformer. And what does it do? It has a natural language processing, machine learning, deep learning, and cloud computing, application programming. Don't worry if you don't know all these big terms, but these are the technological features of Chat GPT that makes it work. Okay, what are its instructional benefit? All right, it is an inquiry-based learning tool. It can help students to make inquiry. It can personalize learning for students, and it serves as an on-demand support for students. Okay, and what are its potential implementation in the classroom? Um, in higher ed, it poses to be a highly accurate search engine for students and instructors. So that is about ChatGPT. This app is the most popular AI tool right now, and everyone is going in for it. But I think it has some limitations, and we need to take note of that. First of all, it is a high traffic search engine. If you ever used it before, sometimes you get the notification that it is busy or there's traffic and all that, and that's a limitation on it because um, a lot of users um, are employing its services right now. Secondly, Chat GPT can provide wrong answers. I've used it before and I know it can produce wrong answers. Okay. And then also, one of its limitation is that it has machine language and cannot be taken as an expert on a subject. You cannot substitute the knowledge of an expert for what ChatGPT gives. That is something we should not mistaken ChatGPT for. The fourth one is that it is likely to be monetized because um, the company OpenAI that developed ChatGPT is a money making or profit oriented company. And even right now, there's an option for you to go for a premium version, and that comes with um, some cost. And then the last one, it is not completely trained. Its knowledge base is up to 2021, and it is still under observation and it is still under training. So if you try to search anything that is beyond 2021, anything new beyond 2021, this app is limited in that direction. Great. So, all right. So this is ChatGPT, and I'm just going to demonstrate how it works. So before I do that, let me show you some of the features that it have. So you can actually add chat, and it looks like folders on a computer that you can name. So I'm trying to add a new chat. Then I can type name this chart quadratic quadratic equations. Then it says, sure, I can help you with that. How about we call this chat session quadratic equations with chat GPT? So I would say I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. And it's a great. So how can I assist you with quadratic equations? So I'll say prove the quadratic formula in two different ways. So it says, sure, I can explain the quadratic formula in two different ways. It says method one, complete the square, and it starts and it begins to show you how to do that. Then it try to also use the formula method to prove. So basically, for you to use ChatGPT for math, you need to have some basic understanding of the mathematical symbols that we use. For instance, in math, when we use the symbol, um, this symbol is for exponent. The heart symbol is for exponent. So tries to use method one, method two, because I asked for two methods to prove the quadratic formula. And that is highly intelligent. Unlike other search engines, that gives you a lot of options to choose from. ChatGPT is so specific and very accurate, aside all its deficiencies or its cons. In conclusion, and what will be some takeaways from this presentation? The usage of AI comes with challenges such as data management and integration, insufficient technical expertise, ethical and financial concerns. Secondly, I think the integration of AI into higher education promises a boost for library services, recruitment of prospective students, proctoring and plagiarism detection. That is one of the big things that AI can do in higher ed. Um, um, Plagiarism can easily be detected with the help of AI tools. And that is one thing that I believe higher ed um, stakeholders are grateful for, but I don't think most students are happy about that. And then the third one is that people think AI can replace human beings, and I don't think so because it's rather humans we cannot use AI that are going to be replaced in higher education because um, AI works only based on the information that is available to it, and it's humans that have to feed it with the information. So if you're a human, a worker in higher ed, um, you just have to get ready and get the necessary skills that you need in the years to come and try your hands on every AI tool that be relevant to your work. And then finally, AI based design and development is often driven by the needs and behaviors of the average user. And from a user experience design perspective, I think people with disabilities typically fall outside of the usual experience. So that is one of the struggles. AI tools don't seem to be disability friendly, and that needs a lot of work and research for that to be addressed. And thank you for watching my presentation. And these are my references. I'll be looking forward for your comment and questions. Thank you.